So what's up guys, and in today's video I'm going to uncover how I would make my first 5k a month online if I had to start again. And just for context, I've been in the online space since July 2023. I hit my first 10k a month in April 2024, and today I'm just going to go over how you can do that, how I would do it again if I had to start. And I've also been traveling for the last 8 months around Southeast Asia, so I've been Thailand, I've been to Vietnam, I've also now in Bali. So I'm going to currently kind of just tell you how I would do it, how I'd go about things differently to maybe how I even started, and how you can do the exact same. So how I would make my first 5k a month online. Let's get right into this. So first of all, I'm going to go over some topics: connections, skill set, investing into yourself, taking risks, speed, experience, and becoming that person. These are all different things I'm going to go over, and I think if you can master all of this, then you should be hitting your first 5k a month online in no time. So first of all, connections. So with connections, you need to network with like-minded people who either have the life you want, either have the skills you want to achieve, or they're going on the same or similar journey to what you want to do. And you need to take habits of these people. So why? Why should you be networking? Why is networking it might be up there for one of the most important ways you are going to make money. So first of all is the abundance of opportunities. You meet one person, they're going to refer you to that other person. If you ever come across a job role, someone else might be able to refer it to you. So first of all, it's just referrals. The amount of people that people can refer you, or the amount of opportunities people can refer you, is crazy. And just by knowing someone, the amount of opportunity you get is going to 5x, 10x, depending on how many people you actually know. Another one is a bit more of a casual one: meeting cool people. You'll generally meet so many cool people. Like I mentioned earlier in the start of the video, I've been traveling around networking in the last 8-9 months now, and I've met people I would know in the next 10, 20 years. So you get the opportunity of actually meeting people you may have never met in your life before, or maybe the kind of people, if you start hanging around in the right circles, you're going to attract more people that you actually want to be like. You're going to learn a lot. Networking, talking, putting yourself in them rooms and new environments. You're going to learn not only more about yourself, but more about other people, more about different skills, more about making money. So you just putting yourself in these new rooms and new environments, you're going to learn so many new people, and they're going to teach you so many lessons, and you can teach them lessons, vice versa. You're going to make more money. Simply, you are going to make more money. Like, I came out to Thailand, my income's definitely increased since. So if you just be in new environments, you're meeting new people, your new ideas constantly flowing into your head, you as a person, you're not going to, have this abundance, of just things to talk about, skills. If you're networking with people who have all these different skills, they know this person, that knows that person, you're going to be able to help each other out. So you need to get in these new rooms. Then competitiveness, I think this is quite a good one. So normally, I don't know if you're from your own hometown or you're from the UK or whatever, you might feel like the people you're hanging around with, you're not really competing with the right people. However, if you're putting yourself in these new rooms with these new people that you want to be and you want to achieve, you're going to be a bit more competitive. You're going to be, you're going to want to make more money than them. You're going to try and be like them. So it's like a healthy competition where everyone's trying to push each other to the next limit. And it's eye-opening. It simply is eye-opening. When you see all these people that might be making much more money than you, they might have this that you don't have. They might have all these skills. They might have the confidence that you don't have. It's going to open your eyes so much more. And how? How are you going to build all these connections? So go to events. Talk to people online. That's the main ones. Talking to people online. That through social media, through Instagram. If you have an okay Instagram profile, you're going to be able to network with people. Even other apps like LinkedIn, Twitter, if you're active on them, I'm sure you can meet other people. Go into events. If you ever see an event in your hometown or you ever want to travel to, I would definitely recommend it. Where would these people be? You got to think to yourself, where would these people be? Maybe even going to the most expensive gym, you're going to have access to these people who are a bit higher end and the people that you're going to want to talk to, and that can actually provide value to you. Outreach. So if you start outreaching to people and you're putting your name out there, of course, if you're messaging 20 people per day, at least 5 of them are going to get back to you. And then they can refer you to this person, to that person. So all you need to do is just find that one person. Once you find one person that's like-minded, he can refer you to so many other people, and then it's like a massive chain from there. Invest into groups. Like I said, where are these people going to be? Wait, if other people are investing into themselves, and I'm going to, and you're going to be investing in yourselves, 99% of the time, you're going to find like-minded people who are, going on a similar journey to you, or were on a similar journey. Now they might be a bit ahead, but you can follow their footsteps. And providing value. So always trying to provide value to people. Maybe even connecting someone with someone else that you think they can benefit each other. Just trying to provide as much value, even if you haven't got as much. And the second thing I'm going to go over is skill set. So learn a skill that can provide value to businesses. And you want to do that. You want to learn a skill that takes time off their hands. Because at the end of the day, business owners are very, very busy. They haven't got time to be doing this, that. They're very limited time and they need the highest ROI. So if you have a skill that can take time off their hands, it will be a no-brainer for them to hire you, because then they can work on the higher ends like systems, etc. in their business. You want to choose a skill that's in demand, that businesses generally need, that they can scale or they can divert their time into, and it has to be in demand. Otherwise, you're going to be going into a market that's very saturated. And on you enjoy it. So if you enjoy talking to people, going into something that sells is going to be perfect. If you enjoy being on your laptop and like music or like videos, and obviously video editing is going to be good for you. And solve problems. Every single skill solves problems. That can be time saving. It could be like delegating it, like higher ROI enough, or maybe like even something like if it's coding, a lot of people won't know how to do that, or video editing. So solving a problem that people need solving ASAP. Example, appointment setting, remote closing, video editing, all three skills that don't require much experience. Anyone, very low barrier entry, anyone can do it, and it solves a problem. It takes time off people's hands. It's, people might not be the best salesmen. They might not be any good at sales, and if you're an expertise at that, or you're just getting into it, then it's a perfect opportunity to get into. Third of all is investing into yourself. And you should see this as a fast track, literally a cheat code. You're basically copying someone who's already done what you're trying to do. They've already got the frameworks, they've already got the SOPs. Like, don't worry, they will come in and they basically allow you to get to your goals much quicker than you did if you did it yourself. So I see it as a cheat code, a literal cheat code. You're literally investing money and you're saving time. And it's good for networking, like I mentioned again. Who are the sort of people that are investing into themselves, that are wanting to learn to get on better themselves? It's a no-brainer. Applying what already works, as I mentioned before, these people know what works. There's other people who have applied this, and that's probably one of the main reasons you will invest in yourself, because you've seen success from other people. So if other people can do it, then of course you can do it. You're getting outside your comfort zone. A lot of people aren't really used to investing 4 or 5 figures into themselves. It's probably a kick up the arse as well, telling them that they need to put the work in. But at the same time, when you do get outside your comfort zone, you're putting full dedication, as I mentioned here, which means you're backing yourself. You're putting all this money into it because you know that if you put time into it, the ROI is going to be higher than the amount of money you did put into the first place. Factor in the higher success rate from the fast track, and you having to put that money in and having that full dedication comes and interlinks very well, as it's going to very, very much increase the success rates. And this sort of aligns with take risks, as I mentioned, getting out of your comfort zone, investing into yourself, but other things that are more than like they're out of the ordinary. Something I'm not telling you guys to quit your job, drop out of college when you make your other. It's clearly up to you. But I'm saying sometimes you need to take risks. You need to take risks if you really want to go to that next level. So, for example, quitting your job. That's quite a huge thing. I did it myself. I've seen so many other people quit their job. And what that does is they put their back against the wall. And like, damn, I've just quit my job. This means that this is full reality now. I need to make this work. And what does that do? That forces something into your brain to tell you, damn, I need to work even harder because I haven't got anything I can fall back into. This is my full-time job now, and I need to make this work. Moving abroad, so same as me, I was paying like minimal rent at home. So are you guys watching this video probably. You're not paying an extortionate amount. But now I'm spending a minimum of 2K every single month. And when I first came out, I didn't have the best months, and that forced me to work even harder. So I can actually pay and live and sustain a life where I'm not just relying on my parents or living at home. I'm responsible for everything. So taking these risks, sacrificing pleasure, stop going out, stop doing this, or dropping out of college, understanding that you haven't even got a degree to your name anymore, that you need to make this online space work. And even sometimes paying for events or masterminds. You might have the last 4K to your name and you're going to invest 2K into a mastermind. But you got to remember, what could the ROI be? You're going to meet new people. You're going to have referrals. You might even get a job opportunity from it. And that is the beauty of it. That if you genuinely want to make it work, taking risks like this, all of these put your back against the wall. Speed. This is such a simple but effective way that you're going to be able to get to this first 5K a month quicker than anyone else, is simply by taking action. Taking action is what separates people. There's so many people online, they'll watch like an Iman Gadzhi video, they will watch an Andrew Tate video, and they think they're doing something. They're getting that dopamine for 5-10 minutes, and the next thing you know, they're scrolling away again. And that is not what's going to get you to point A to point B. What is taking action and actually doing it. So instead of being that guy who just watches loads of videos, being the average guy who watches like a motivational video and then does nothing afterwards, actually take action. take the small steps in order to get to that success. Yesterday was the best time to get started. Today is the second best. The other day, a month ago, I launched my new business and I landed a client within my second day because I simply told myself, you know what, I'm just going to do it. I'm just going to take action now. And that's what you need to do. If you see an opportunity, you need to take it and get started the next day or even the same day or better. Reading books about how to reading books about how to be a good boxer isn't going to make you a boxer. What you're going to do is you're going to stop researching, reading all these books, and you're going to get in the deep end and actually do it. Think about it. If you're learning how to jab, you're not just going to read a book. What's going to do it is putting the reps in and understanding how it works, and that's how you're going to get the right technique and the right power in afterwards. So it allows you to actually get the reps in, and it allows for trial and error. I don't know if it says trial and error, but trial and error. You get to figure out what works, what doesn't work, and you're not going to do that by reading books. Because you're going to understand, you might be different to another person who's going into business. So you need to understand your own limits as well, and what you're good at, what you're not good at, and from there you can learn so much. And it forces you to learn. Of course, if you're going in the boxing ring, you're constantly sparring, it's going to force you to learn. You're going to learn how to defend yourself. You're even going to learn like what it feels like to actually get hit for the first time. Experience. You need to leverage experience very well. So getting experience, even if it's not the highest ROI, even if it's like a beginner role, even if it doesn't make you any money. It doesn't matter. In your first week, who cares about money? Maybe even your first month or two, who cares about money? What you need to do is learn a skill and understand that you're getting in a deep end. You're understanding how everything works. You're learning. And then when it comes to the third month, then you can start thinking about getting paid. But obviously you want to get paid in your first 2 months. I'm not saying, you don't want to get paid. But I'm saying even if it means not getting paid and you're learning and you're actually getting that experience, you can leverage that in the future. So you're going to have credibility. When you're trying to land another client, you're going to have that credibility in you because you might have past testimonials now because you have had experience working for someone else. You're going to be able to put the reps in, understand what works, what doesn't work, so that allows you to have less mistakes. Leverage for future opportunities. You can leverage, I worked for X amount of people already, I generated X amount, I had X amount of whatever it is. You can leverage that when you're actually finding new opportunities because you've gone in and actually done the work in the deep end. And of course, you're going to learn so much more. You're going to learn so much more than someone who hasn't got that experience. So it's honestly a game changer. And the last one is become that person. Become the person who hits 5K a month before you even hit 5K a month. You're going to replicate that person you want to be. So if you're someone who wants to make 5K a month, think about what are the traits that I would have if I was making 5K a month already and practice some habits. So once you're actually practicing the habits and you're already doing it, you're like, damn, I'm already doing this. Like that 5K a month goal isn't far at all because I'm already practicing, I'm already doing this thing. It's only a matter of time I will get there. And you've got to have that mindset as well. So if you're like, damn, I'm already making 5K a month, it makes it realistic. So a lot of people, even you guys watching this video for the first time, you'll be like, 5K a month, that's crazy. But it's not. 5K a month, that's only like 60K. After tax, that's pretty like 40K or something. And that isn't enough money at the end of the day. So you need to think, okay, I'm becoming that person already who's making 5K a month. So once you hit that 5K a month, it's going to be like, oh, okay, it was obvious. I knew I was going to hit it. And then you can start becoming that person who hits 10K, 15K, 20K, etc., etc. And you use that energy to help you scale. So understanding you're going to become that person already, or you have become that person, it's just only going to make it easier. But yeah, I hope that sort of understands how you are going to hit your first 5K a month. If you leverage all of these and you generally take what I said into action, there shouldn't be any reason why. I'm not telling you it's going to happen in your first month, 2 months, 3 months, 4 months. It might even take a year. But at the end of the day, if you honestly just go through all of these and understand this is what it takes to actually hit your first 5K a month, I'm telling you it's going to be quicker than if you did it about yourself and you didn't go through any of these. So these are like your 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 main pillars to make your first 5K a month.